Alright, I'm currently putting my face on. It comes off at night. It's what they used to call putting on makeup, right? I'm sure some people still do, but I've seen it in older movies, especially around the 70s, where someone who was putting on makeup would say, I'm putting on my face. And that always brings really fun, gruesome imagery to mind. Hey, baby. Glad you could make it. Almost done. So I thought what would be a good idea to start doing at the beginning of streams, mostly because we've been bitless the last couple months, and understandably so, is to every stream, if we remember, I don't know how much of that got muted. I accidentally hit the mute button instead of the switch screens button, to call out the bit goal. We've got 16 days to get 1,200 bits to meet that goal, so if you can afford it, toss them here. I've got good news about our fundraiser, and that is that I get to cancel it soon. Which, holy shit. Any more money that comes in through it, by the way, will continue to go to doctor bills and medical supplies. So if you want to give to that, now's the time. But we were finally, after, let's see, we started initially applying for financial aid in early May. So we spent 9 months just trying to get the office to cooperate, and it required enlisting several social workers, sending in information multiple times, and then they still fucked it up. But our main social worker managed to get it through. So I'm not terrified of these medical bills anymore, and that's good. So here is that fundraiser if you want to give to it. If you want to give us money in another way, you can cheer with bits here on the Twitches. Or subscribe. Remember, if you've got Amazon Prime, then you can connect that to your Twitch account for a free subscription. It'd be great if you were to give that to us, but give it to someone. Give that to someone who you think deserves it. Because otherwise you're basically just giving money to Jeff Bezos. And let me tell you, if there is a guy in the world who does not need money... Hey, Beekeeper, it's good to see ya. We're gonna continue this game for as long as the internet holds. I'm guessing till about 7, judging by last night. Oh, Lost Ark is finally launching, I guess, right as I start my stream, so that's fun. We'll pause that download. Yeah, that can queue for later. Didn't lose any frames from it because it's a download and our loss is mainly on the upstream. Alright, here we go. And here we go. On the Direct 3D beta, which will hopefully prevent it from crashing as we play. No, I'm not going to press enter to start. I'm going to press a controller button to start. This game is best played with headphones. Yeah, this and every other game wants me to play with headphones. Oh yeah, it's so much better if things blare right in your ears. I don't like that. It feels a bit ableist for people who can't wear headphones and rather would enjoy things on theater speakers like I am. I have, like, it's a full-fledged fucking hi-fi connected to my computer, and it's wonderful. Alright, so we just freed the second giant, or woke him up, not freed him. Like, these guys are dead, right? Like, brain dead? Because they're just, like, hooked up to flesh circuits. It is done, tell your sister. I don't remember the way out, is the problem. Is there a map? There's not a map. Oh, right, I forgot I have this. Wants me to go up. Probably at the other side of the room. There's no way to go up at the other side of the room. Okay. Yes, I know, Twitch. Thank you. Or who can't hear, yeah. I'm sure we'll find out what horrific thing happened to these four eventually. Almost certainly. They may be relatives of Moe's. Ooh, memory. Broken hourglass. Very subtle. Do you get it?
All the minutes you have squandered and misused for sentimental distractions. How will you make up for everything you have wasted?
Do you get it? Do you see? Alright, I gotta figure out the way out of here. The problem is it's been a week, so... It's gotta be up and to the right. And then that'll lead back around. Unless this tells me to go right back through that doorway. Yep, it sure does. So it's not this way. Go down, follow the wire. We already did the following of the wire stuff. Hey, bad road. Yeah, we've got two brothers awake now, Mario and Luigi. Alright, this one's telling me to go up. And continue to go up. Ah, now he's in the background. I remember this. Alright, this is right. It expected me to know how to get out already because I'd been through it. The problem is I'd been through it last week. So I don't remember shit. Someone drew a tick on that wall over there. You know what this kind of reminds me of? With the whole thing being hand-drawn rather than using tiles? It reminds me of WarioWare Shake It. Oh no. The chickens are dead. Sister's either left or is dead. Y'all ever play WarioWare Shake It? Wii exclusive, hoping it gets a remaster on the Switch? chickens inside are still alive at least. Oh, she left a letter. She's really leaving this time.
Maud doesn't dare to read it. What possible use could reading it have right now? It's all been said, not by the letter or its contents, but by the gemstone left behind.
Mo pocketed the gemstone. Refocus and move on. I'm guessing... No, that was my my life motto for a long time. It didn't do well for me in the long run. I am guessing that the gemstone was, like, represented the bond between sisters. Oh, those poor chickens. Yeah, I also think Mo's got the other gemstone. Alright, on to the next island with our... Ooh, it's eating a crab. I like it more and more. Can I pet it? It still won't let me pet the weird... Fuck, I keep forgetting the name of this type of creature. Achievement unlocked. Save Bergen. They're little salamander type creatures. The Pokemon Mudkip is based on them. Axolotl, thank you. It's an axolotl cat. A caxolotl. This game is so damn pretty. They added axolotls to Minecraft. I actually heard that, and that's awesome. I watched James Turner and Uno and Serge, I forget his last name, play Minecraft quite a lot. I definitely find Minecraft to be a spectator game. I think a lot of that comes from aphantasia. Difficult to create and plan out what you actually want to make.
Annoyed, Mo steels herself once more for the visions. These feverish dreams have never been so frequent, never been so hostile.
Hell yeah. Subway stations are awesome. Look at that, if I jump with perfect timing, I don't leave a splash. I think that's just cool. Also, her walking on water, I believe is representative of the fact that she sees herself as a savior to everyone else. Star Hydra Barnacle. Star Hydra Barnacle, yeah. Hydras are such a cool creature. Like real Hydras, not the ones that you have to get up on the Hydra's back to defeat. Oh, I can't even see myself now. I need starfish first. Or I guess it's a sand dollar, not a starfish. Oh yeah, I remember that. You and Alice had to lay out all those sponges just to drain the water from inside the glass. Hydra's back here. And then we have to find the anemone. Not anemone. The barnacle. New York City subways, I always found, when I lived there, I always found them very depressing. There's a lot of cops chasing out homeless people. Barnacle might be all the way back the other direction. Oh, there it is. They're gonna block some of my reflection just to see if I can do it. They didn't block enough of it. Sand Dollar Hydra Barnacle. There's an empty space too on this one. And as we go out here, we go off screen, so we have to reflect upon ourselves and move forward. Symbolism! Just bashing us over the head with symbolism. And I know I've said this before, but if you ever feel that a video game is talking down to you, remember that it's made... Video games have to be made for people who willfully reject subtext and metaphor. Moved out a few months before COVID. Yeah, this was years ago for me. Hey look, it's Mo, but she's dead. Again, they have to cater to gamers to a certain extent. They have to make it head-bashingly obvious. And they've definitely... they've done a good job of that. Come back, Hermit Crab. There's a music box. That means this is Resident Evil 8, right? I watched most of that VOD. Alice is worse about not being scared of horror games than I am, and I'm pretty bad about it. She's got a certain charm when she does it. She's certainly never bored.
Mo hasn't seen her grandmother for a while now, but Granny would never make a scene about it. Yet Mo feels anxious stopping by. Not because she doesn't like her. She likes the old woman too much.
Huh. That makes me think that the old woman might be super toxic. The island of Memorfist. I may have misread that, but it looked like it said Memorfest. Does it say it here? The island of Memorfesti. Okay. That's totally different. I like that Axolotl got to eat crab. I'm sad that I haven't gotten to pet the axolotl yet, though. I hope it happens eventually. Maybe if Mo reaches a point where she's healing. That's the thing. I don't know if this is going to end with Mo healing or not.
The deep waters around this island change color every season, teeming with life of the most curious creatures.
Minecraft axolotls eat all other aquatic mobs. Holy shit. What, even those octopodes? Those guys are huge. Lizard! That is that. Another lizard! It's got warm rock. It's very comfy. There's an achievement for pitching in with an axolotl against a hostile mob. Wow. Vicious little fucks, huh? Oh, can't go that way. Ah, there's Grandma. Now we find out if she's actually, like, super loving, super toxic, or both.
The ventilation system grew through her house, wrecking her bedroom, study, and kitchen. She could have moved away, but she wasn't willing to concede a single inch. Hopefully, she hasn't blocked the valve with her morbid laboratory.
Morbid laboratory, you say?
Miri is not here, the old woman says. But that is not why you've come. Mo tries to tell her how dire it is, how Under and the others have succumbed, how she needs to do what must be done. But her grandmother merely smirks behind her mask. Now look at you. How important you've become. People are counting on you. Yes, yes. Another chuckle behind the air filter. I have something very important for you to do as well. Would you be so kind as to do me a favor? A
Toxic it
favor,
is.
she calls it. It may as well be an order. Granny has always had her way of getting what she wants.
Doing the level 0 subway has brought me into contact with a lot of new material in 1.18. 1.18 seems just chock full of stuff. You receive 2 clay figures wrapped in ceremonial cloth.
Old companions, the grandmother says, that I have held on to quite long enough. It's time to bring them home. Promise me. More's heart plunged into her stomach. She knew what Granny was implying. You do not decline a request like this. More promised.
Bring Granny's figure to a resting place on Graba. She has spent enough time mourning her friends. Granny's specimens are as deadly as they are beautiful. Oh, she actually makes toxic plants. Do you get it? Do you see?
Grandma was never interested in anything made by the giants. Lifeless metals and cold steel.
I also like it a lot.
She preferred spending time with the fungus, breeding colorful, voracious new strains.
It does feel like it's using a sledgehammer to get its point across, though.
Moore had always looked up to her grandmother, devoting her hours to caring for the dead and the living alike. An enigmatic and stubborn woman who was far smarter than many assumed.
Wait, how smart did they assume she was? Look at all this shit. Hey, look, there's a little dinosaur looking out the window. Alright. There's only one filter, so it's likely a smaller island. Won't be able to get through there till I pull it off.
Memorfesti and Graba are connected by a bridge.
Ah.
Has never fully crossed. The warp always seemed too long, and what lies beyond is what she dreads most.
I was fascinated to learn that there are islands in the Caribbean. You step onto this bridge, there's no turning back. Are you ready to go? I was surprised to find out there were islands in the Caribbean. Yes. I was surprised to find out there were islands in the Caribbean that are connected by bridges. Like, that's rad as hell.
Just the one.
Crank it. If this was on the Wii, they would have had you rotate the remote. And probably controlled that pointer with the IR sensor. Malaysia and that general region has islands with bridges as well. Singapore is an island connected to Malaysia by a bridge people walk across. That's rad as hell. I bet those bridges need constant. You can go back now, Mo. You did the work.
You could just tell the old woman off. It's not like you're her servant. Yes, of course, you promised. But she was asking too much. Your grandmother doesn't care about your struggles. That old hag. Throw the figures into the sea. And just say you retained them. With a little disrespect for the dead. If it saves the living. Moore's hand clutches the gemstone in her pocket, left behind by her older sister. Her heart is drowning in a deluge of goodbyes, all of them equally real in Miri's unread letter.
So far, Miri seems to be the only one who wasn't toxic in some way, and we didn't get to see much of her. Keep your promise and return the mourning figures to their resting place. Okay. Bad moral choices for 500, please. Whoever the current host of Jeopardy is. And of course, the filter on this island is no longer functioning either. Ken Jennings? The guy who broke Jeopardy? That's wild. Hey, it's a snake eating its own tail. Do you get it? again, there's gamers who don't understand that The Binding of Isaac is about child abuse.
To be swallowed by the spores. So this episode comes as no surprise. However, she did not expect to feel so at home here.
I like these eels. Two worms. All right, 3 symbols. Jellyfish, barnacle, sand dollar. Oh. Ken Jennings and Mayim Blalock. Huh. 2 hosts. Shit, it was jellyfish, barnacle, sand dollar. Jellyfish. Barnacle. Oh, that's weird. That's fucking weird. The reflection is different than the reflection is different from the real world. That's trippy. I got another music box key. Hooray! It just keeps happening. A lot of music box theming in games lately. On Resident Evil 8, which did the music box, Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2, we were just expecting the whole thing to just shit itself at the end with how things were going, but then it pulled it off. It did not blame 6 for becoming a monster. And in fact, despite a lot of gamers reading it as 6 betraying Mono, that's not remotely what happened. Mono is the one who fucked everything up. Damn, that was good stuff. Spoilers for Little Nightmares 2, I guess, even though without context, that doesn't matter. Anyway, you know how it is when someone with clear eyes leaves a toxic environment. All the toxic folks feel like they've been abandoned. Yep.
Gerber, where we bring our dead, where we surrender.
And they will make sure that the person who left knows it. That you abandoned your family. Fuck off.
Sculpted effigies.
Mind you, when a toxic person leaves,
but she has a promise.
they make sure that everyone knows you drove me out.
For all their hard work, the Giant's machines are not welcome in these hallowed grounds.
Guess we gotta leave the Omni switch. Means I have no guidance. The Garden of the Dead. It's Pisces and a half. .5 Pisces. Right, I need to check the date on these financial aid letters. So I know it's 12 months from the approval. Some of them are February 3rd and some are February 4th. So it'll be a year before we have to reapply. Last time I saw something like this, there were shrooms involved. Yeah, I can see that. I never actually saw a lot of shit on shrooms, which again may come from schizophrenia. I've heard the same from other schizophrenics. Just colors. Generations of bodies lie here, eaten by fungus. Just like real life. Oh no, it's a pirate code wheel. Oh, we gotta match them up. Still not quite right. I see how to do this one, though. I think. Oh yeah, I would love a Slurpee. Thank you, baby. Still doesn't look right. I may have to switch the sides. Hypermanic bipolar with a bit of autism for fun. Risby, please quit licking stuff. We had a guy who would drop by the local pizza place on Friday nights and offer to drop free shrooms on your slice, but you had to eat it in the shop. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought so. This has to turn all the way over to here. Move the circle up. Will that work? Does that match? No, that doesn't match right. I'm very happy that most of the people who watch our streams are some flavor of neurodiverse. It still doesn't fit, huh? Alright, there's no way to fit that wheel on that side, so that way was incorrect. That has to be one dark and one light. Colors don't match on wheels 1 and 2. Yeah. I'm figuring it out. That still doesn't fit. I don't have room for the no back seating tag, but I'd appreciate not giving hints unless I explicitly ask for them. No worries. The implication here This seems to be the implication. But there's no way to get this side to match on 2 light browns either. Let me look around and see if there's actually a hint for this or some other way to alter the wheels. What happens if I pull this? Does that reset it? Nothing happened. Alright. Alright, so we got circle, wood, unknown, wood. Neither side. So a problem here is that the middle one has 3 of the light brown ones and only 1 wood. And there is no place that I'm able to match 2 of the light brown ones to the middle. That matches the shape. Maybe that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe everything else is just a red herring. Because the lines actually connect now. No, because none of the lines connect over here. A lot of the time, shit doesn't line up at all. So, aphantasia does make this type of puzzle difficult for me. Not gonna lie. Because I cannot picture what will happen next. What I'm thinking that there has to be 2 light browns over here, because otherwise, that means that it still doesn't work, does it? How embarrassing. No. I'm gonna look around a bit and see if there's any more clues. Place for nameless bodies. Not gonna get stuck on that puzzle forever if it's not even necessary. Crypts are locked, but there are no locks on these doors. There has to be a mechanism to open them all. Fuck. In my case, it's spatial awareness driving my processing, the ability to visualize a thing and rotate it in my head. Yeah, I literally can't do that. One could sit here a while with the right protective gear and mourn. Oh, there's a clue. There is a clue I didn't notice. So, wood can match with circle. Now that's fascinating. That explains why none of these were making sense. I'm happy to find that. Wood can match with circle. Wood can little a match with circle as a treat. I've got wood matching circle over here. not over here. I wonder if there's more clues if I drop down. The Fireman's Guild, a hazardous occupation. Alright, so... that has to be blank and blank. One figure for each child lost in the cold underbellies of the islands. The morphing catacombs are no place to play. More bodies. A pile of sarcophagi claimed by the fungus. Alright, so I've got 2 clues throughout the room. The light ones have to match with the light ones. And the circle has to match with wood. We gotta look at the angle on the circle and wood. Shows circle at the lower right, wood at the upper left. Which we've got. It even has the right stain. And then over here, the light brown has to match with the light brown. There's a circle here, but there's no regular light brown. Interesting. Which means... no? Now, like, judging by this wooden spot on this has to be in the upper left. Or the lower right. It could go in the lower right, I just realized. That makes more sense if it goes in the lower right. Means this I need to rotate the circle to the lower left. This is the rotating wheels stream. It still doesn't look like it fits. Nor does that. Huh. I think I'm missing something with this puzzle. I am just gonna look this up real quick. Because this puzzle isn't making sense to me. Alright, just give me a picture of what the solution looks like. You need to unlock all 4 crypts here. Oh, okay, it's different for each one. To unlock the crypts, go to the center of the garden and complete the wheel puzzle. The puzzle should look like this. Okay. This I can do, now that I have a picture of it. And it is basically what I thought, with a few differences. Circle upper left. Circle upper left. So I was very close to figuring it out. Okay. Oh, wait, I got the last wheel wrong. That should do it. Not entirely convinced that solution makes sense. Mo heard a sound of something sliding open coming from 4 directions. Members of the shepherd's family, a humble end. I like these, like, coral ladders. You know, it's weird that this isn't setting off my tryptophobia. I wouldn't have even noticed the holes everywhere if not for the guide pointing them out.
What was happening during the Exodus, but she saw what the poison was doing to the people around her, plaguing the mind with visions, corroding and eating the flesh. She couldn't bear to watch person after person disappear from her life, so she hid in the networks below. Far away from it all, she never found out exactly who succumbed to the poison and who made it off the island. But it barely matters to her when they're all still gone.
So I guess I have to visit each crypt and cry about it. There's no place for the figures here. Most of Moore's family is still here, however. They couldn't leave their little Moore behind. She is proud now to have been tasked to protect them, by virtue of the knowledge and power she found. For when she went below and found the fabled giants, when she befriended them as the only human in generations, they forged the Omni-Switch for her and made her their apprentice. She spent years confined in the underbelly of these islands, just so the surface could shine. She hopes her family is proud as well. So these are a previous generation of giant, I'm guessing. This too is some other family's crypt. So I'm going to take a page from Ben Wheeler's book if you do really feel the need to give me a solution, instead, type try pyromancy. That's a Dark Souls joke. I think that fungus is flipping me off on the right there. Never suggesting heat vision again.
The brothers once walked the surface. Many say they built the world with their hands. They were inventors and explorers, never minding the tiny humans between their feet, living in their tiny houses and tiny streets. When the Blight first came and humanity fell into ruin, they went underground to find a solution. Their ingenuity and their toil saved the world above, but also bound them in the deep below.
What you doing, Gaston? Want to come over here? Want to play video games with me? Are video games your favorite video games? There's a good boy. There's a good puppy. He's my decade-old puppy. Only one crypt left to visit. I wonder if it's always the last crypt you visit that turns out to be the right one. Or if I just happen to do it in the right order. You're fine. Lay down, baby. Lay down. You can put your head on me. Hi. There's more crypts. There's no point in visiting them, so it's the last crypt you've... Thank you. It's always the last place you look. Oh, you need me to move that bottle? There's my baby. He used to just kick stuff off the couch and he broke a few things, so now he doesn't. Now he waits for me to move stuff.
Miri has 2 figurines in her home.
Miri has 2 figurines in her home.
But she has not told Mo who she is mourning. Miri has told Mo that she has a figure ready for her too, just in case. How many times has Miri thought of taking that figure here? All the times Mo would disappear below. All the times Mo was gone for months without contact. Miri not knowing each time whether her little sister would come up again. Not knowing for months whether the catacombs or the Blight had finally taken Mo for good.
You say bump. And all I can think of is Baxter and Forthington from Rhythm Heaven. They're one of Nintendo's few canonical gay couples, and they're great. You place the figures in a worthy place. It's done. Return to Memorfesti. Achievement unlocked for Granny. Oh, I thought I could go through that door. Baxter and Forthington like to play badminton on airplanes. While Baxter sings. The figurines are cracked and broken. Do you get it?
Two giants still struggling for air. Only half of the engines running. Only half of her world protected. But at least this promise she has now fulfilled.
Frog and Toad are friends. Wow, that's some memories. Okay, then let me get over to the thing so I can grab the Omni switch. Don't want to forget that shit. One of the many terrifying mutations in these waters. Oh no, are we already losing frames? It's only 5:30. You know, well, we've got over an hour in, so if it gets worse, then yeah, looks like the packet dropping has started early. That sucks. I'm gonna look at Ping Plotter real quick. See what it looks like. Anything serious? It might just be a minor bump. I'll see in a couple minutes.
She knows she has a pressing task to finish. The one in the physical world. But maybe, in this place, where time has no meaning, she can stay for a moment and rest.
Alright, well, this seems like a good place to take my break. And if I come back in 5 minutes and things are looking better, then I'll continue, and otherwise I'll call it. So, there's a civil rights movement going on around the country and the wider world. And we have listed here ways that you can help Black Americans and people of color of all sorts fight to claim equal rights. Something that should never have to be fought for, and yet that's the world we live in. We've got the Bail Fund Network, which helps keep protesters out of jail, the Okra Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help Black, trans, and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations. And we've got the Black Hills Legal Fund to help the Lakota people take back the land that was stolen from them, the Six Grandfathers, which was taken by white people, renamed to Mount Rushmore arbitrarily. And then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Under the second command are more current campaigns kept up to date by my wife, Christy. Christy September in chat. So please give that a look. And if there's anything else that needs to be added, please let her know. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Remember, Black Lives Matter, Indigenous lives matter, the lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things that we need to keep pushing and saying and fighting for until the people at the top not only understand them, but work to make them real protected truths. We have no stance on ad blockers. And if the packet drops have stopped by the time I come back, like I said, I'll continue. And otherwise, well, it's been a good stream. See you soon. Yeah, right after I said that I was gonna stop, it started working again. So I guess that's what we're doing. And if it starts again, I will shut down the stream without complaint. So how are y'all holding up? Barnacle. Oh. Sea anemone. Barnacle. I've missed it. I completely missed it. I think it was Hydra, Barnacle, Fish, Sand Dollar. Yeah, we're having another spore trip. Here's the Hydra. And it's Barnacle. Now I need fish. And then Sand Dollar. Ah, fuck. You motherfucker. Just ran right into me. Alright. I should make sure that the fish isn't over this way. It's Hydra. No, ain't nothing over this way. Oh, I can actually check it here too. That's handy. Oh, we're losing frames again. Should have figured. Gonna catch this song. Gotta dodge the Sand Dollar. Alright, here's where the Sand Dollar appears. Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh my god. Oh, that's shit. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to go over it. Oh, stops there, huh? Alright. We got Hydra. Now let's get Barnacle. Hey kids, it's Barney the Barnacle! Well, sounds like my lovely wife is home. Risby, don't bark at Kristen. That's a bark. Baby, chill.
Cups. Yeah. Well, no, they were out of Slurpees. Ooh. Yeah, I went to 2 different ones. Not as much work, so.
Jeez.
Yeah,
thank you. Got a big gulp instead of a Slurpee.
It's a pretty big gulp.
Uh-huh. 7-Eleven, you're not supposed to run out of Slurpee. That's ridiculous. Thank you, Bad Road. Yeah, that's gonna be our last puzzle probably, because we are still in the middle of some packet loss. Damn shame. Oh well, just means I gotta find something else to do. There we go. Oh, the fish will be over here. What's up, fish? And now we grab the sand dollar. There we go. There's the music box. There's the turnkey. There's a car going by way too fast. You received the music box key. I sure did. That was exciting. And we appear to be out of the packet loss again. It's very come and go. Which I think is the name of a convenience store chain. Do you get it? Remember Miri's song. Ah, we collected all of it. See, every time I say I'm going to stop streaming, the packet loss stops, so I'm just going to pretend that I'm constantly on the verge of stopping streaming. We returned the clay figures to the graves. Gaston, you need to stop now. We returned the clay figures to the graves. There was a bit where we considered, you know, breaking free of toxic grandma's crap. Saw a Cox truck next to one of the 7-Elevens. Okay. It sounds like they may be fixing things or breaking things. That's also an option. Because whenever they announce an outage that they're fixing things, they announce a maintenance, our internet gets fucked by it. Well, maybe they're done whatever they were doing.
Says, thank you and asks for one more favor. Would you sit with this old woman and listen to the birds and the water? Granny remembers how people from far away would visit Beva and Leoza to have a few days of peace, a few days of nothing but islands, and how lucky little Moore was to have a lifetime of it before the Exodus, before her calling. Moore responds she only has a minute, but her grandmother smiles, patting the empty seat beside her. Then, a minute of islands will do.
They said it. They said it. They said the thing. Now the title actually makes sense instead of sounding like broken English. The title needed context. The flesh door's open now.
The foul taste of stale air is even stronger here. Enough distractions. It's time to wake Under from his sleep.
All right. I'm hooked on the brothers. Now I'm gonna take it to the bridge. Wait, I already did that. It was a real long bridge. It feels like getting 3 of the brothers back is enough so that the panic might stop setting in. A musical bridge, not an architectural one. I mean, both was the joke. He ain't breathing. Y'all, the others were breathing. He is completely still. Gonna have to reboot him. I hope he's got an SSD or this could take a while. Mouth to mouth would be difficult without lips and cheeks too.
Under, the giant slumbering beneath Memophesti is the oldest of the four brothers. Older not by years, but by centuries. A fitting guardian for the islands of the dead.
Of course. If only we'd gotten here a minute earlier. Fuck! That minute of islands was all it took.
His throat making no sound. His chest frozen in place.
Oh good. She's drawing attention to it. Is this gonna be enough to shock him back to life? I have a feeling it's not.
Make haste, more. Maybe you haven't killed him yet.
Without air for too long already, quickly reroute the power to this chamber. Well, the readout at least doesn't say he's dead. This vein leads to the heart chamber. Yes, they all do. Oh hey, there's actually one still working. That's new. Called attention to this flesh tunnel, so I'm gonna check it out first. I need the machine that goes ping in here. It's very impressive. It's a very impressive new technology. All right, good. All right, this will be a memory. Stuff. Childish things. Loss of innocence. Tomato sandwich?
They say your youth was taken from you. But think of the years of good you could have done. If the Omni Switch had found you earlier.
What a healthy way to think. Thank you, baby. The narrator is Mo, if you hadn't caught that. And no, she very much does not like herself. Alright, we need to get that block. Pushed into the fuse box. That hesitation before crawling through a tunnel is really relatable. Bomp. Oh good, it can right itself. I was a little worried. Alright, one down. Like, someone had to remove these fuses. This definitely looks like sabotage of some kind. Yes, I see that it wants me to go down, but you gotta go backwards to go forwards. If you know what I mean. Y'all ever read those Nintendo Choose Your Own Adventures? Those were actually pretty fun. Oh, okay. Oops. I'm just supposed to drop down here, huh? That makes sense. Can't go that way. Can go that way. Draw, partner. Push it over a little, hop up, hop over. Push it back the other way. Don't actually remember the Nintendo Choose Your Own Adventures. They were pretty cool. Like, there was some Mario ones and some Luigi ones, and there was one where you played as Link and one where you played as Zelda. I liked the Zelda one, as Link got caught in the crystal trap. And then you had to go save his ass. You know, I'm glad we use switches and buttons instead of cranks in the modern world. Because this seems like a lot of hassle. Also, macro circuitry, not exactly the way of the future. Like Wand of Gamelon, how dare you? And what gives you the right? So the Zelda CDI games are not as bad as people give them credit for, but they're not remotely good, which tells you how bad their reputation is. Hey, what's going on, Freya? Taco Bell? All the things that me and Alice liked at Taco Bell have been discontinued, and that's really frustrating. The cardiac chamber is where the cardiac people are monitored from. The slider wraps, oh, those were so good, and they were discontinued. Several types of chalupa were discontinued. They actually were going to discontinue the potatoes, but they decided not to by some miracle. Alright, can this guy come back to life, or are we fucked? No, he dead. No! Oh. Oh.
Nothing but a spasm. Pathetic.
No, he dead.
Try harder. Again.
Technically, we're micro-engineers. Oh no. I don't think there's anything left in these guys' brains. I don't think they're technically...
Stupid dolls. She knew you needed to get here as fast as possible. How could you let her distract you like that? Anda almost died because of your sentimentality. And Afla is as good as dead.
Try to save Afla. Maybe you haven't failed him yet. I don't think there's anything truly alive in these giants anymore. Like, the biological functions are still there, but the person is not. I forget which way we came in. I think it was this way. No, that's not it. Fuck. It hasn't been a week this time, it's only been a few minutes. I have no excuse. I know it's not through here, so I guess it is down. Just a few minutes of islands. Fuck! It's gotta be down this way, right? The underground sections are intentionally confusing, I believe, though, so... They have that foreground and background section to give you some extra dimensions in which to view them. All right, now let's go give Grandma what 7. Sorry, I forgot. Most people only go up to what, 4?
Your grandmother, Miri. What help have they been? Whining to your face, talking behind your back. They secretly want you to fail. Maybe they're pleas of concern. We're driven by ill will all this time.
I mean, the grandmas almost certainly are, but I think Miri was being genuine. She's also a victim of abuse. Mo is not in the mood to talk. Well, let's see what Axolotl is eating this time.
You are alone in this. You always were. And maybe it's better that way.
Oh, you didn't see the grandma section? Yeah. She's pretty toxic. Oh. No sign of Caxolotl. Can we name them Axolotl? Yes. We just threw away the gemstone that, we threw away Miri's gemstone that she left behind with a letter saying that she couldn't take watching Mo kill herself any longer. And that gemstone had represented a sisterly bond. There's Caxolotl. Oh, I just got it. This next one is Ande the Giant.
The rusty husks scrape against her boat.
That's what she said.
Jetsam and Jetsam, seeking vengeance to the boats that dare tread around Adi. When the blight first came, people began to panic, unsure of the future. They planned to flee instead of fighting the poison. But the mist is as deadly on the open sea as it is on land, deceiving countless sailors into steering their vessels back to these shores.
Chapter 4, Athla. Don't think there's any family member. Oh, Never mind.
Last of the shipmakers, and one of Mor's most bitter rivals. But if she is to sail to Faryon, she will need Fenya's notes, her ever-growing brief. A paper savior of boats, or risk being devoured by the iron shards between here and Faryon.
Well, that's exciting. You got the shipwrights map so you can navigate safely through the debris around these islands. So I think we're actually at about 2 hours, and I think that's enough for me today. I'm exhausted. So let me explain what happened here. I think this has been explained before. We got letters last week that suddenly said, after they'd approved some of our financial aid, they sent us letters saying, hey, we need this information you already sent in order to approve you for the rest of the financial aid. And if we had sent in that information, it would have counted as a new application. And our largest bill, the one we were most afraid of not even being able to cover with the fundraiser, would have not been eligible for financial aid anymore. So we had to get in touch with 2 different social workers at the hospital, get all of the paperwork to them. And basically, our main social worker, Tanya, had to show them how bad they fucked up and tell them that they better get their shit in gear. And so today, I wake up to 5 envelopes, 5 separate envelopes from OU Medicine. Holy shit. And each one I opened up almost gave me a heart attack as I looked at it. But all 5 were approvals. So as I said, anything else going to the GoFundMe before I close it down, which I will in a couple of days after I put up a big thank you update, anything else that goes to it will continue to go to medical bills and such, because it's not just the hospital we have to pay for. But the purpose of the GoFundMe was initially to pay for the hospital bills. And that's why I'm going to shut it down soon. And if we need more money, we'll ask for it through PayPal. And that'll be it. Right now we have enough money to cover my dental appointments in March, as well as another visit to primary care provider. So we're actually doing pretty well. Not that I'll say no to any more donations. Nextly, let's look over the schedule for the next week, as long as our internet continues to work. Hell, as long as I have Pam at Cox executive branch on my side, executive escalations, I feel like it's gonna work some of the time. Alright. Tomorrow, Saturday, someone on the Xenon Fiber channel will be playing Kingdom Hearts. Christy, do you want to do your stream on Sunday or Monday? Since we're having to do afternoon stuff, do you want to do your stream on Sunday?
I want to ask everyone how they would feel about, like, either canceling or putting off.
Okay. We will discuss that in the Slack then. Alright, Monday. Andy is definitely going to be playing, well, almost definitely going to be playing Strange Horticulture on their channel, Andymonium. Then after that is the slot where Christy would normally play Metroid Dread. We're going to figure out that schedule. Tuesday, Annie's going to be playing Zelda Skyward Sword Wednesday, Bad Road on his channel, Bad Road, will be playing Legacy of Kain Defiance. And then Zoo is going to play Monster Hunter Rise. First, some single player, and then some multiplayer with Christy once she gets home. Thursday will be Alice playing Resident Evil Village. And who knows, maybe there will be other wildcard streams just kind of happening. You never fucking know. So please come join us for the rest of the week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. E-key at me. Peace.